Well, all right. It's Coach Lois here for another impromptu, healthy and wealthy and wise episode. I've been doing more of these as the spirit leads, as I've been tuning in to more of my intuition and being able to share divine wisdom that's channeling through me as I see so much happening in and around me in this world, so much shifting, so much changing. And as I've shifted and changed, it's interesting how I see things differently. And I've gotten to the root cause of many symptoms that I now have recognized that I wasn't the only one. Are you a chronic course taker? Are you a chronic course taker? So you might be like, Lois, what the heck is that about? And why are you talking about this today? It's something that's near and dear to my heart, in especially the beginning of the pandemic, but even last year and even not too long ago, we buy stuff, impulse buys, right? They have them at the checkout lane at the grocery store. You know, a lot of those are impulse buys, right? These little things that start adding up, right? Well, how many of you have ever done that with a course or some low level offering? And when I say low ticket, low level, it could have been anywhere from maybe $37 up to $497. And guess what? Oh, by the way, I learned from some of the best teachers that's actually a good thing in sales, because it helps bring people in to your business, and it tells you something, right? It gives you feedback from the marketplace that, you know, these people like me enough to spend anywhere from $37 to $497, and they're do-it-yourself courses. These are not coaching programs. These are not coaching relationships, things of that nature. And so I was actually on a call with someone this past week, and we discussed this topic, and he admitted, he's like, yeah, I've been a Tony Robbins junkie. I've been a Simon Sinek junkie. I forget who else we were talking about. Gary Vee, right? Gary Vee. I mean, how many of these people, Grant Cardone, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, you buy all these books too, right? You probably have a bookshelf or a library like me, where you bought this book 5 years ago and you still haven't read it. I encourage books a lot of times. And at the same time, why do we do this? What's at the root cause of this? So I wanted to discuss that today in a short episode. And if you're tuning in live, feel free to comment below, #live. And if you're on the replay, #replay. I do love to acknowledge you. And if you see value in this today, please hit the share button, because I know you know someone, if not you don't have to admit this, you know someone who has said, gosh, I just spent like $5,000 this past year on courses that I never finished, or maybe never even started. I've done that too. So what is the root cause of that? Well, I'm going to share with you, and this isn't always something that's obvious. So I would really love to have you journal about this, study this. Ultimately, this happens because we're feeling not enough. Imposter syndrome is another way of saying it. Some might even say, well, I'm just not capable. I don't have enough information. And you buy one course, but then it ends up you buy more of maybe even the same similar topic, because there's a void inside of us that says, well, I'm not enough. I don't have enough value. I'm just going to go study about it, which is a form of self-sabotage. And it really comes down to not believing that you can figure it out on your own. We've been taught in society to look outside ourselves for the answers all the time. And truly, if you buy multiple courses and you don't complete them, you might want to look into that. You might want to be looking into that. And what I discovered for myself, and now helping my clients self-discover, is that you do have the answers inside of you. In fact, you are smarter and more of a genius than you give yourself credit. It's just at some point in our journey in our life, I had a massive business failure in 2007. So that really shot my ego down. So I had a wounded ego. And then it pretty much woke up my wounded subconscious of not enoughness, imposter syndrome. Who am I to be, insert title? Does that ever happen for you? And then do you go buy a book or buy a course that doesn't really take you forward in life? Another thing I call it, another side effect, or if you've ever heard of this, is people will tell me this. They'll say, hey, but I don't know how to build an email list, right? Or I don't know how to build a landing page. And I'm not going to disagree with you. However, if you keep buying books on it and some a day you'll figure it out, you also have what I call inspiration constipation. Inspiration constipation is you want more information because you're not willing to either delegate and outsource. Afraid to ask for help is another symptom of that. Not enoughness. I got to do it myself, right? But we have information, but what do we do with it? So I've heard of a phrase that I'm going to share with you, and I've seen this in myself and others. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice, because you can read all the books, you can take all the courses and maybe even complete them. However, if you don't apply the knowledge, then there's no wisdom. That's why my podcast is called Healthy and Wealthy and Wise, because as you strive for your best health, you learn some things, right? As you strive for your best wealth, you learn some things, and applied knowledge is called wisdom. And so I know many of you probably heard of John Maxwell. He also talks about failing forward. And failing forward is that ignorance on fire, saying, you know what? I don't have all the answers. I'm just going to go for it and learn by doing. We learn so much more from our failures than we do our successes, guys. So much more. So if you're feeling stuck, or you know someone who's stuck, who's bought all the courses, who's read all the books, maybe, and I actually heard a friend who said, yeah, I've read Think and Grow Rich 50 times. And I'm like, how's that working out for you? Not so well. And I was like, I wonder why. And I know that it goes back to I am not enough. I am not capable. And failing like a failure, or feeling like you might be seen as an imposter. So what I would say to you is, instead of dusting off the old courses, reading the same book the 10th time, is look in the mirror and put your hand on your heart and say, I am enough. I don't have all the answers. I may not always know what I'm doing or going to say. Gosh darn it, I'm going to go for it because I'm worth it. I am capable. And I'm going to learn by taking a step of faith, a leap of faith, a step in the direction, one step at a time. If you saw value in this today, please forward it to a friend that you know that might have been in that boat of inspiration constipation. Or, man, I've taken a lot of courses and spent X amount of dollars, but I'm not any further ahead. Hey, Adam, I just want to say hi to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Always let me know, too, where you're tuning in from. So last but not least, if you haven't already heard, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is celebrating my podcast anniversary on the 20th and 21st of July. I'm actually going to be doing a huge promo. So please sign up for that. I'm going to drop the link in the comments and in the show notes. The second podcast anniversary.now.site is where you can go and sign up. And I'm going to be giving away $2,000 in prizes. I'm going to be giving you the opportunity of a lifetime. So you'll never have to buy another course again. So please show up and see what I'm talking about. There's going to be a lot of inspiration. Some of my best guests of all time are going to be coming back. for more. And if you say, again, value, please sign up. It's July 20th and 21st. Check out the link, register, and show up so you can be a part of my second year podcast anniversary, starting to take a leap into 300 episodes, which, oh, by the way, I failed forward. Ignorance on fire. I did hire a coach, of course. Accountability is key. You really can't truly succeed without coaching and accountability. And if you saw value, please hit the share button. And if you aren't already inside of my Healthy and Wealthy and Wise Facebook community, which is where my podcast anniversary, huge online event is going to be taking place, please join me. Go to healthyandwealthyandwise.com and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll be streaming to all three of those spots starting 4 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, July 20th. Until next time, guys, here's to your best health, your best wealth, your best wisdom. I do have a show tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Me and my friend Gail Kraft are going to be talking about shame. So hope you guys can join us. Bye-bye for now.